No one will ever say the phrase, "what's cooking good looking" to me, because A, I'm not good looking, and B, I can't cook. God, that intro is cringe as hell. Welcome back to Cave Colonization, episode 96. Alright, we are right here today, next to the museum. I saw a big slime up over the hill. I wonder if he's still there. Unfortunately, he is. I had to kill one over there, but I pushed him in the lava, so it was funny to watch him die. This episode, I've been dreading recording it. There's another one over there. What? They're everywhere. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this one's gonna be fun to record, because as you can see from the title, this is called the lore episode. So basically, it's gonna be the episode that has like the full lore in it, which means it's gonna be really fun to record because I have to juggle between building and recording the video, looking at my screenshots to figure out what the frick I'm supposed to do next, like right now, and looking at my notes. Yeah, I wrote this down because ain't no way I'm gonna remember it all like off the top of my head. Like my brain is not built for that. I'm sorry. So yeah. Wow, I placed that block. Whatever. This is going to be fun, and I'm hoping I can get it all set in one video, and I already have to pull up my screenshots. Yeah, so I'll give you a really quick rundown of what I'm building. I'm building a house. It doesn't really matter. I mean, the house has its own lore, which we'll get to a little bit later. Turn my game volume down so I can barely hear anything. I noticed that the audio is kind of loud in these episodes, so I'm hoping it's alright, but whatever. Who cares? I don't... Anyway, did I not? I did. I guess I should probably start my storytelling so I can fit it in one episode. So there's really two stories that I have to tell. First is the legend of the demon. I have to actually look at my notes and remember to play the game at the same time. So this is going to be a nightmare to edit and a nightmare to record. And I just looked at my screenshots and thought I saw a big slime in one of them. There's no slime. My creative world is a peaceful world. Right, anyway, I'm gonna try not read it word for word, but honestly, that might actually be the better play, so I can keep track of what I am. So the legend of the demon goes, there used to be a demon who walked the land, and he had the power to create creation out of nothing and reduce creation to nothing. He could summon lightning and thunder and even stop the sun in the sky. And I hope I'm building this right. Can you already tell that I'm struggling a little? But anyway, so an army was formed to stop him because naturally the people didn't like what he was doing. You know, he was a demon. They're evil. So an army was formed to stop him. And eventually, after a long struggle, they managed to get jump scared by particles falling from spore blossoms. But they managed to corner the demon and take his power. And then they sealed him in a dark castle buried deep underground. Hey, can you tell which part of this story is going to be relevant for the next couple of episodes? They took his power, I don't know how, but you know, ancients had their ways. And they split it into low power mode for my computer. I need to plug it in real quick. They split it into 3 hearts. Now, if you've been following the series for a while, you might actually remember the hearts from another lore moment that happened. Can I have brightness, please? I can't see anything. 1 heart was buried on a nondescript beach. 1 was placed in the nether, guarded by a 3-headed beast. And the 3rd one was placed in the void at the end of the world, guarded by last of her kind. And you're gonna get a little bit of me building the roof because I don't want to interrupt myself. That's the main legend, and then there are some variants that kind of split away at this point. So all the legends agree that you have to bring all 3 hearts back to the sealed castle. Where they disagree is what happens if you do. One version believes that reuniting the hearts in the castle will just simply free the demon, and that's probably not what you want to happen. But another believes that if you return the hearts, then you get the demon's power for yourself. And I think I'm gonna take a quick break here and build the roof so I can continue, because I think this is a decent... What are those? There's some deep slate bricks right there. Oh, I think that's blocking up lava. Yeah, I'm gonna build the roof real quick. This is already going slightly worse than how I thought, but you know, it's fine. It's just a DB production, okay? These videos are never good. Alright, the roof is done. I kind of built the building 1 block too tall on the bottom floor, so I had to undo that a little bit, but we can continue the story, which I think was the differing legends. Well, how many times I said Demon Lord? I keep thinking it's Demon Lord, but it's not. It's just straight up demon. Can I pack a door? Oh, I did. Never mind. Yeah, so I might have to redo the windows, but I think these ones are fine. So an outpost was constructed to keep an eye on the castle, and I'm looking at my notes to try and see where these birch stairs go, and that is just not what the notes have. I need my screenshots for that, and I don't have a screenshot. I feel like it's that. Like, it can't be much different than that, right? So an outpost was constructed to keep an eye on the castle, but no one ever came to restore the heart. The castle guard just kind of faded away, and sometime after after the last guard died, some estimates between 250 to 300 years, a explorer found this cave, and this is where the story of Celadome actually begins, because now we're actually going to talk about Celadome. An explorer found the cave and decided that it would be a good place to build a city. Why? I don't know. Why does this series exist? Because he felt like it, alright? So, and then that's how this city was born. The guy either didn't know the legend or didn't care because he apparently saw the outpost and was like, yeah, whatever. And by this point, the outpost was already like really heckin' old. So I can put down some lantern to go to these torches. And as the years went slowly by and more people moved in and word of the city began spreading, I guess if you're watching this video, you would have the same kind of interest in the cave city that these people coming to it would have. Or did have. So the city gradually expanded and became, you know, the city that we know today, that we've been building all this time. Is that the moon? Is that scenic? I don't know, I can't tell. It's a little bit goofy that the moon is on the ground, but, you know, the moon's gonna moon, I guess. The first and second floors were geared mainly towards... Okay. Dude, I legit thought that glass went like nowhere. I placed it. I'm like, where the hell? Because I didn't see it. But okay. I just can't like have a decent train of thought. Something always has to interrupt. These are in the wrong spot. No, this is in the right spot. This is not. Yeah, the top two floors were geared mainly towards travelers, which is why we've seen them. They're mostly shops. There's not really a lot of houses and stuff. And the bottom two floors were like the original two floors. So they were geared towards, you know, the residents. We have the farms. And there are still shops because of course there are. I think this is the bottom floor done now. Yeah, so let's go upstairs, but there's a lot more housing and stuff. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. Let's just say in lore it's true. I don't know if in practice it is. I honestly don't remember what is in this cave anymore, bruh. Yeah, so the bottom two floors, which is where we are now, became known as Old Celadome, which we know because I've been calling him Old Celadome this whole time. But then a man came, a man who would change everything. This was a man who believed the legend, and he believed that the outpost meant that the legend was true. He came and worked his way up the civilization and eventually won the office of governor. But the mayor at the time, because apparently Celadome has both a mayor and a governor, who knows? I don't know why. Let's just roll with it, okay? But he saw through the governor's fake, helpful persona to a man who was just hungry for power. And he warned the people that where the hell is the screenshot I'm looking for? Did I not bring an item frame? I remember crafting one. Oh, here it is. He warned the people not to trust the governor. But, I mean, he was such a nice guy. How could he be, you know, evil? So the governor came up with an expansion plan for the fourth floor. He said it was for the good of the city, but in reality, he was searching for the sealed castle where the demon was supposedly hidden. The mayor tried to warn the people. I think I said that. He hired 3 miners who were to make the first blast and open up a new section of the cave. And we already know what happened with that. They did their blast and they went in the new tunnel, but only one of them ever came back. That's some old lore that I probably don't remember, but hey, it happened, so I don't have to... What on earth? I don't have to re-explain it. Can I? Oh, I can just invert place it. That's helpful. Okay, like, it seems like I'm struggling and I'm talking in very short sentences, but this is actually really hard. I mean, I don't want to slow down building, but I have to focus on what I'm placing and where. And then I keep losing my place on the notes, because it's in Notepad. It all looks the same. I don't know where the hell any of it is. This is probably the hardest thing I've had to do for this series, unironically. It might be better if I just place down my last 3 glass panes that I don't know where they go. Kind of have a little bit of a break. Is that everything on the interior done, though? Okay, this is good. I can move on to the exterior, and exterior is brainless, so I don't have to think about it at all. Okay, so now I actually have to find where the hell I am. I'm near the bottom. We're almost done. I'm almost done telling my scuffed ass story. Alright, just bear with me as I try to bear with myself. Alright. The miner's blast broke the seal of the castle and released a dank, fun word, wretched air through the cave. At first it went unnoticed, and the city... Oh, here's where the glass pane goes. It goes right here. Excuse me, Mr. Corner Bush, or his exterior bush. At first the air went unnoticed, and the city began to rebuild after the earthquake, because if you remember, there was an earthquake after the blast. What are you doing in my hotbar icebreaker? Go away. Or, I guess, a supposed earthbreak. Who knows? And there's a little bit of exterior decoration up there. I need a trapdoor there and then over here. I'm not entirely sure. But then people mysteriously began to fall ill, and whispers spread of a curse. And so people began leaving until eventually it was just the residents who had been there for generations and generations. And we have a chimney here. I think I'm going to save that for last because it requires a little bit of thought, and I have no thought at the moment. So the mayor decided it was best to cancel the expansion, but the governor did not want to give up. He believed that he had finally found the castle, and so he too ventured into the tunnel, and he was never seen again. And that is, thankfully, where the story ends. It's been quite some time since that happened, and you can see that the cave has been rebuilt, and time has passed, and there's just not that many people here anymore. Where the hell did you come from? Wait up. My gosh, where did that guy come from? Did I mention I turned my game volume down? I should have been able to hear that, but between the sound of my own voice, the fact that I turned my game audio down, I can barely hear anything anymore. Like, sometimes I'm not even sure if the game audio is even playing or coming out of these speakers. I'm gonna put these lanterns down because it's hella dark. But yeah, I'm not sure where I am anymore, honestly. Give a brief recap. There was a demon with the power of creation, and he got caught and captured, and his powers were taken away because people didn't want him to have them anymore because he was being mean with them. This is all supposed. Nobody knows for sure. Guy finds cave, thinks this is a cool place to build, and builds something cool there. People think, oh, this place is cool, and come to see the coolness. Then Guy comes, thinks that demon is real, thinks the demon is in this cave, and decides to blow the whole place up looking for him. Well, whole place. Just over there, you know, we'll get over there soon enough. But his explosion causes unexplained sickness, and people start dying, and people are no longer happy, so they decide to all leave. Also, fun fact, the outside of the chimney does not match where the inside is, so it's right there, but the chimney stem is like right here, which means I did dig down in the wrong spot, but who cares? Bro, I lost where I am in the recap. This is so sad. I'm so angry. You know what? I keep thinking that's my andesite. Get out of here, gravel. I need one more block, my stone, my andesite, and my campfire, and my chimney. There we go. Boom. Yeah, he blows the place up, gets people killed. Bad air flows through cave, kills a bunch of people, so people are no happy and they leave. Is that chimney one block too high? No, it's not. And then put down some stairs. Yeah, bad air causes people to die. People no happy, so people leave. Governor still hungry for power, goes into newly formed blast hole, also disappears. No one knows where he went. No one knows if he's alive. The only thing we do know is that that's the end of the recap, pretty much. And to date this video, because it needs to be dated, this house is actually that explorer's house, the guy who founded Celadome. We are going to date this video by using a meme from the current age, the home of John Celadome, the city founder. Look at that, and it even rhymes. Isn't that so epic? And this is my scuffed video. Okay, this was legitimately hard to make. Yeah, you can laugh all you want. Hopefully I explained it decently enough, and hopefully I can edit this down into a watchable video. Hope you enjoyed. I didn't. Put the lore into perspective a little bit, relative, oh my god, I can't talk. Relative to the rest of the cave. Where I'm standing is where the outpost will be, and over there is where the castle will be. Now, you may notice that I called it a legend, and the demon may not have existed, but the castle certainly does. I guess the same people who built the outpost built the castle for some reason. Maybe it wasn't to contain a demon. I don't know. It was a really long time ago, so you'll have to go back in time and ask them. But for now, I'm just really looking for slimes to kill because I kind of want to commit violence right now. This lore doesn't really play a part in really that much else. We've seen evidence of the earthquake on the second floor with the cobblestone everywhere, so the earthquake was real, castle is real, the outpost is real. The demon, we're not so sure. The hearts, we're also not so sure. I'm gonna stop rambling now because I feel like I've been going on for way too long, so that's gonna be the end of this video here. So I want to say thank you for watching, and goodbye.